we have a final judgment in the case that the Petitos brought in Florida, a wrongful death, this was the, was wrongful death against Brian Laundrie's estate. Now, Scott Reich on the Crime Talk, he said, yes, it's $3 million, but this is a judgment that's mostly symbolic because Brian didn't have anything. Not true. Not true. We found out soon after Brian was dead that he had $20,000. And people were saying, well, then why did he use Gabby's credit card for gas if he had $20,000? If you also remember, in the still ongoing lawsuit in Florida, both Petito parents are suing each separately, but suing both of Brian Laundrie's parents, saying that they knew what he had done. They were aware their daughter was dead. They still acted like they hoped that they would be united, but they knew. So that was cruel and unusual to wish good luck finding your kid when you know your kid is dead. And that they gave Brian money to run away. And what do you think that money is? His sudden influx of $20,000 that came out of the blue into his account. So after he was deceased, and after they found Gabby and then found Brian, his estate went into probate, and his parents filed to get everything that was in his bank account, $20,000, that they probably gave to him, and they're like, yeah, we need that back now. And it was during that time, I think it was December of last year, that the Petitos were starting to get the idea of what they were going to do, and the court, everything was put on hold. They froze those assets because they were disputed. I believe they were disputed at that point. So for whatever reason, and I might be wrong, I have to look back in my notes, but for whatever reason, the Laundries could not get Brian's what he had in his estate. It was just held there. Now, interestingly enough, so they won't get $3 million, but there was a thought I had. Had Brian's parents sold Brian's story at all, ever, to one of these people that are telling the stories? I don't know. Or if they ever had plans to, because it could be made, the argument could be made that they are making money off Brian's names, ergo it's Brian's estate, even though he has passed away, ergo that money would all go to the Petitos. So this ruling, I believe, also means that if they try to make money off the crime, their son's crime, that I'm hoping what it means is, like, if anything's done in Brian's name, even posthumously, if I read it, if I said it how I read it, posthumously, but I believe you say it posthumously. That's right, dyslexic detective here. After midnight and after just a half a bottle. That's not bad this time. But anyway, yeah. It all the money, any future Brian Laundrie estate monies would then automatically go to the Petitos, and they're going to use it for the Gabby Petito Foundation, which helps interpersonal violence victims and people who are experiencing domestic violence, I believe men or women, to get the help they need to get away from that situation, which I think everybody should want to contribute to and be a part of growing. So Gabby's life, why it was a shining star while she was here, it continues to be that shining example. And I also, I've said this before, and nobody else has said it, but I will say, because Gabby's friend Rose said that Brian couldn't sleep sometimes because he heard voices, and that he was of the age when schizophrenia begins, and he was very paranoid, he was becoming more and more volatile, yelling at Gabby, being unreasonable, yelling at staff at the Mary Piglet. I really think that Brian was devolving and had a mental illness, and I often wonder if his parents knew that, if that's why he went home to see a doctor. And if they sent him back out on the road because like he refused to take medicine, or if they knew he was diagnosed and he should be on medicine, but yet he didn't take it, or they didn't even tell Gabby, by the way, he got diagnosed, he needs to take these meds. If that even happened, I mean, and that, I am telling you, all my speculation. That is complete speculation. But I'm just saying, it provides a reason for A, why he heard voices. It also provides a reason why Gabby Petito did not seem to be a woman who would put up with shit like that, as much as she did seem, from what little I know of her, from what I've seen on the blogs and what her parents have said, it did seem to me like she was a person that if somebody she loved was developing weird tendencies, that she wouldn't just dump them and be like, you're a weirdo, goodbye. That she was giving and caring, and she might be the type of girlfriend that would stick around and be like, no, I don't understand why you're acting like this, but let's work this out. I love you. They were engaged. So, she seems like somebody who would have thought, for better or for worse, even starts an engagement, and I don't know why you're acting this way. So whether anybody else, whether he was diagnosed or not, I truly believe he was so interested in that Fight Club, because that's a book about a schizophrenic. People read about what they're trying to figure out in their own life, or about experiences either they've had or are having or want to have. It's bibliotherapy. It's a real thing, people. So to me, his obsession with those books, his hearing voices, those are all, schizophrenia doesn't happen like you have it. Now you have it and you have it and everybody knows and it's obvious. It evolves over time, and it begins in late teens, early 20s, which Brian was. Anyways, I think people need to know the signs of that too, and know that they need help, that you can't help somebody who is paranoid and combative. They're fighting their own mind. And even if you say that's not really their personality, that doesn't mean you don't protect yourself. And that's just my 2 cents worth. I mean, that is not, I think domestic violence is important, but I also think mental health aspects, they do not cancel out your behaviors. So everything that people warn about domestic violence is accurate, and you should listen to them. I am just saying, especially if it's people around you, you should also look into, do they have a mental illness? It develops around these ages. Girls, it develops like 25 to 30. Girls are developmentally, it seems like it's different. But I am just telling you, men are, I think it's a higher prevalence in men, but definitely it happens right when they're at an age when they're dating. And so know those signs. All right. Know them in your kids. Know them, you know what I mean? Know them who you date. Know them in your family. If you're a worker, when somebody who used to be normal and nice suddenly is combative and paranoid, like we said in our football thing, where that guy, all of a sudden, he's 22, and he starts getting, I don't know, one of the prevalences for developing schizophrenia was having like a very hard upbringing and being, like, I don't know where I'm going with this, probably because it's after midnight. All right, true crime fans, please like, please subscribe. I would very much appreciate to hear your comments. It is going to be December soon. If you have any favorite Christmas or Hanukkah, or I forget what other holidays occur in other religions, or just winter solstice drinks, or just fun holiday drinks that it's like cold season, let me know if you'd like me to theme our next December. It'll be in December almost. We might have one more November left. But I would really love to hear what you have to say. Have a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate Thanksgiving. If you don't, have a great rest of your November. Please stay safe. Lock your doors. Don't go into the woods alone. Always take a buddy/witness with you wherever you go. Don't forget to look up, down, and all around your surroundings when you're out and about. And just just remember, we have true crime channels. We also have Hallmark and art channels. Don't let it overwhelm you. All right? Okay, people. Bye. True crime, grapevine, long time, all the time.